And I wanted to, first of all, I'm testing out horizontal video and recording today's live podcast. So if you're joining live, welcome. I'm just going to jump right to it. We've got some new normals here that we've got to just figure out how to do things. I've seen a couple people posting about, hey, social media could shut down. And that got me to thinking about what will we do if social media shut down? So say, for example, Facebook shut down, Instagram shut down, Twitter shut down. I don't know as far as social media shutting down if that also includes LinkedIn or YouTube. But it made me think about how many of you came to even find the podcast. And I know many of you found it through a Google search or on YouTube. Not many found it on social media, which is great news if social media were to shut down. Having said that, I do have an email list. So if you're not on the email list, go ahead, make sure you get on it. The easiest way to get on it, if you're on your cell phone, is to text 33777. You want to text the words VA start for virtual assistant start. That will get you on the email list. Right now, you'll also get the 15 known secrets to getting started as a virtual assistant. So this is what I've been thinking about for the past couple of days as different things are shutting down. As schools are closing, as restaurants are closing their dining areas and just drive-thrus are open, as much as I try not to think about it, I have to think about it. And you may be in this same situation where I don't know how you're feeling, but I'm feeling like there's a rush. Like many of my clients are not prepared for things to be shut down. They're not prepared to switch gears and focus and do things online. And as a result of what's happening, there is an urgency behind it. And so, there's this rush. We got to get this done. We got to get this going. We got to get this up and running. We got to switch gears. Imagine if you're working with a client that has a brick and mortar store. They don't have a website. They have not been selling anything online. And now this week, they've got to decide, do we stay open? If we close, what do we do? We need to get online. How do we get online? So there is a rush behind that urgency. And for me personally, in the midst of rushing and urgency, it's draining. It's frustrating. I want to be like, why didn't you start putting things in motion ahead of time? When people are pushing online advertising, getting on social media, all these things for the past 2, 3, 5 years, 8 years, I hate that people are having to put themselves in a rush and scramble to try to figure out things. So what does that look like for you as a virtual assistant business owner? How can you help your clients? How can you serve them? Here's the thing. All those ideas that you thought nobody wanted, all the different tips that you have that you've been holding on that you thought no one could use, they can use them now. If you have not been blogging yourself, if you don't have a website yourself, now is the time to get that set up and start writing. Start writing on social media as well. Start writing on LinkedIn as well. If these things shut down, I had to think, okay, if it all shuts down, what did I used to do before social media? Well, before social media, we had the job boards, there was our blog, there were webinars or teleseminars at that point. That's when we were doing our free offers. I mean, you couldn't miss sending out blog posts, email notifications, and different things like that. And it made me realize how much maybe social media has become a crutch, in that we've leaned on it a lot and left some of the old ways behind. And I'm saying we, but you may not have even gotten started on either thing, but some of the old ways got left behind. And so it's a good time to restart that, revamp if you need to, and just put things out there. It's kind of like I'm going live on Facebook to record this podcast, and I just went on ahead and went live. I'll tell y'all, I know I need to lay down. I need a nap. It's just been an overload, a full rush. Everybody's scrambling to do this, do that. Emails coming my way, people rush. And my philosophy has been like, your emergency is not my emergency. But under these conditions, I'm like, well, I want to help. So it kind of is. I should breathe, right? So anyway, I want to check in. This is a check-in, really. I don't even know if this is going to be a full episode or what all I'm going to say, but really I want to come and check in to see how things are going for you, and for you to start seeking various options for getting content, information, informing people about who you are and what you provide. They need you like never before. If you are a content creator, you create graphics, you create content from things that already exist for clients, now is the time to start pushing who needs you. If your email list has been dead, you have not emailed since 2019, it's okay. Send an email, check in with people. How are things going? Where can you help? Where are they feeling overwhelmed? What I'm seeing, most people are feeling overwhelmed because they haven't been communicating online. They haven't been sending an email. They don't have an email list. And it is just like a mad dash is happening to the stores. It's like a mad dash to get set up online. How can you help them? If you know nothing about technology, and that is fine, but you're geared on the content side, you can help them as far as what to put on the website. That's usually the biggest holdup for people in setting up their websites, is they don't know what to put on it. You've got the basic pages, contact, about us, the blog itself, services or products. Those are like the basic 5 to get going. And then you can add on other pages later. For your email list, figure out something that would be helpful for people now that they would be willing to give an email address for in exchange. It's just like when I ask you to text 33777 to get added to the email list. In exchange, you will get the 15 known secrets to getting started as a virtual assistant. People are always asking me, how do I start? What do I do? What do I do? That guide gives you 15 steps in what to do. After this episode, I'm not going to talk about getting started and getting off the ledge anymore. Right now, today, if you're not feeling an urgency like you should get moving, I'm not sure what else to tell you. Work. People are having to work from home. Schools are closed, so the kids are online. People are shopping more online to the point that Amazon is adjusting, what they're shipping or what they'll receive from sellers. What are you going to do? For those of you that you've got everything in place. You've got your Facebook page. You've been doing that. Instagram, your website. You've got all those things in place. Figure out where the holes are in your business. You've got clients you serve, but are you open for more? Do you have a pipeline for them to come in so that you can help them as well? Figure out where the holes are. All of us have holes somewhere in our business. at some point? Is it the initial start? Is it after they come on and work with you? Is it that they can't even get on to work with you? Figure out where you need to make corrections, modifications, adjustments, whatever the case may be, to get things moving so you can serve all the people that are making a mad dash online. Now, whether or not social media is going away, I have no idea. I'm not a fan of messenger apps. I don't even really like Facebook Messenger. It's always like a disappointment when I get a messenger message and it's not like a friend wanting to catch up or something like that when it's business related. I prefer email for that, or just a post visibly on the business Facebook page. And if you're not following, obviously, well, those of you watching live are here on the Facebook page. But if you're watching, I'm going to upload this to YouTube, or you're listening on iTunes or Stitcher or Google Play, wherever you listen to this podcast. Make sure you're also following along on Facebook. It's facebook.com/TBBVA, the business of being a virtual assistant. I've got some more things churning in my brain that's not all ready to come out as I'm standing before you now, or as you're listening. But I'll be coming on live more on the page. It may not make it to the podcast for episodes. I don't want, when I look back at the podcast, I don't want to have a bunch of episodes specifically related to this. But I mean, I don't know. If it's our new normal, then this is what we deal with. I also know that many of you are having to just adjust how you work from home, because your kids are home now, your spouse is home now. So it's not, how things were before. Adjust your schedule the way you need to. Do not feel obligated to work within the confines of 8 to 5, 9 to 5. Adjust how you need to, guys. Do what works for you. Look at the deadlines you got for clients and make it so that things are not bottlenecking or all on top of each other, meaning they're all due at the same time. If you're overloaded, is it time to subcontract to some other VAs? Do that as well. Don't allow the fact that you're afraid you'll get a whole lot of influx of clients coming in and it's just you. Go ahead, have the influx, and then you can find other VAs here in our community that may be able to subcontract with you in that way. So it's time that we get outside of the restrictions that we've had for ourselves, get outside of thinking that there's going to be a perfect picture painted. And in the past, I've talked about things that hold us back, our fears, our blockers. I don't know, with all of this may have totally kicked all that, out the window for you. And at this point, it's now or never. It really is. Because if everybody's trying to switch gears and figure out how they're going to do business, if you've been online, even just as a consumer, and you just happen to research a VA business and you just happen to find us this way, but as a consumer, you're looking at how things could be better, that's something that you can help a client with. Doesn't matter whether you work with them, work with other clients virtually or not, you have the experience and the knowledge. So start thinking about ways that you can help your clients to improve what they're doing, to switch gears. I've seen a lot of in-person events. They're now having to go online. How can you help in that situation? How can you help them to create the content they've been afraid to create? Even if Facebook goes dark, content still has to be created. There's still newsletters, there's still blog posts, there's still podcasts, there's still other things and other ways, because we didn't always have it. I'm going to go ahead and end this episode by saying this. If you have questions, general questions, just feel free to post on the Facebook page. And if you're on YouTube, post in the comments. But if you've got detailed questions, we're going to dive deeper into this in the monthly membership program, the Virtual Assistant Business Owner Circle. It's important that I know individually what's going on. And so when you're asking deeper questions, the only way I can ask you more questions and have a back and forth is if you're part of that coaching program. I want to honor those that are participating in that program. Don't want to take anything away from them. So registration is open if you go to tiffanyparson.com/VABOC and sign up for the membership there. We do a live coaching and training Q&A session every single month. Additionally, there's skills training in our vault. I also have it open where they can post questions to me as well. From our members area, we have like a shared Google Doc that they're able to post questions to me that I'll be checking on a regular basis in there as well. We've been doing it once a month, but now with everything going on, there may be more questions that pop up. So this is why I'm saying it like that. So I would love to have you in that private community so we can have a private area to talk and get your questions answered. And also you get new skill set if you need to build on your skills that you already have, or you just want to totally switch gears. When you go to the website, it'll give you a listing of what's available right now in the members area for you to start your training. There's over 11 courses already ready to go, waiting for you. So go to tiffanyparson.com/VABOC. The last thing, and I did not bring the book up here with me. That's fine. The last thing, the book that we're going to read is going to be Daymond John's Power of Broke. So that's going to be our book. Make sure you go to Amazon, grab your copy. I will be setting up the event this week and providing dates. I'll have all of that. I have to look at the chapters and set up the dates and everything for that. So anyway, that is it. This has been episode number 176. I believe we're on 176. I didn't even verify before hitting start. I just wanted to go ahead and go now before I totally crash. But this episode is going to be just checking in what's going on in light of everything that's happening. So anyway, I look forward to hearing from you in some way by you joining the monthly membership program or you saying something in the comments, whether it be Facebook or YouTube. And for those of you that have reviewed the podcast on iTunes and other places, thank you so much for listening and sharing your thoughts and your comments about how you're enjoying the podcast. I really appreciate it and always look forward to hearing from you. So you guys have a wonderful and fantastic day. Take care of you, take care of your family. I'm praying for all of you as we deal with adjustments and changes and this whole different way of doing business. So anyway, have a fantastic day.